You know what? You know what
I,
happened actually?
I
Let's before we dive into our intro here.
yeah.
So I like the only political show I listen to is Politics with Justin Robert Young,
Yeah.
and I like it because like I don't know if he and I fully line up with our thoughts, but he comes at it in a very um it doesn't take a side. He just talks about like this is what this side's trying to accomplish. This is how they're doing it well and how they're not. Stuff like that, right? Like he
He,
comes at it
he's
like
Justin Robert Young in particular has always been very good at not taking a side.
yeah, and he has his side, like he has his beliefs
I,
and all that stuff, but he doesn't like portray that in his show. So for like a month and a half, I have not got a new episode, and I realize, and like I'm like, what is going on? Like I searched the show, it still exists. I'm like, what's happening? It had a whole separate feed, so I've been listening to it again recently, kind of keeping up with like, okay, this is what's going on with Trump, this is what's going on with Biden, this is what's going on with DeSantis, all these different things, right?
yeah.
And he had this episode where he was going to talk like half of it about a show that I actually like. That he's like, look, if you are worried about spoilers, I'll see you next week. And it was the greatest moment of like, hey, this person's about to spoil this show and talk about a thing, but if you want to, just finish the show now and stop. And it was so perfect. Like it was the greatest. I'm about to spoil something. I'm going to do it till the end of the episode. Come back next week. It was so great.
Scott and him used to do a show called Spoiler Cast. They have not done it in many of the years, but it was basically that.
Well, he's okay. So Justin Robert Young's been doing a lot of his own stuff with like I think his Dog and Pony Show is his thing.
Yeah,
But
with Schwartz.
which he's got this thing called the World's Greatest Con
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is
Oh,
phenomenal.
it's amazing. I love when they're doing that.
My whole screen just went. My screen just blacked out all of a sudden. Have you listened to World Greatest Con?
I've listened. I listened to it when it was early on. Did you ever read the hi to the three people who are joining us live? We're getting ready here. Do you remember when they wrote an adult novel? Do you remember this? So they had the Tadpool and the Diamond Club group write chapters individually, and all you got was like the last sentence of the previous chapter, and then you were just supposed to write the most erotic novel ever. And
Wait,
their entire
wait. Scott Johnson had this happening.
yeah, oh yeah,
This
it was
does not seem like a Scott Johnson thing.
it was through Diamond through the Diamond Club show, right? But
Okay.
it got promoted on TMS. It just through them. They're like, they're doing this thing. Go over and participate. So all these chapters are written by people in that like circle of like an audience people, and the entire it's the worst book ever. It's exactly what you think it is. I read it. Okay.
Dear
And
Lord.
but so their entire point was, all right, we're gonna release this book. You guys all wrote the chapters. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Okay. None of it makes any sense. But the entire point is to sell as many copies on Apple Books and Google Books and Kindle as we possibly can and flood the reviews with really positive reviews, only to the point at which then people who are not aware of how what this is supposed to be, right, start buying it and reviewing it. And those reviews are the funniest thing you've ever read or heard in your life.
Okay, I'm not
And
sure what this
they
has to do
got
with the
it,
world's greatest con, but
they got it to the top selling adult novel on all the stores in 24 hours.
I mean, that's impressive. I mean, the tadpole's huge, right? Like Scott Johnson and Brian Ibbett and all of them like have this insane following,
Yes.
right? So it's
Yeah.
not super surprising. But like anyone out there that's listening right now, if you want an interesting podcast, go listen to the World's Greatest Con. The first season's all about how they tried to fool Hitler in World War II. The second season's about all these different game show episodes where they either the game show itself or a contestant or whatever was pulling a con. And the latest season, the one that is currently still trickling a couple episodes out, is all about uh, uh, when the government thought people could have psychic powers and we're studying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
I did hear them promoting this. I
Oh, it's
it,
really good.
I just love that they run these like incredible, ridiculous things to prove points to analyze history in a way that's just amazing. I love how we started our podcast with go listen to another podcast.
Yeah, I mean, because someone who's bigger than the two of us talking to three people. Hi,
It
three
says,
people. I appreciate you.
it says 8 people.
That was my love to the people watching.
I love all 8 people watching right now. All right, are we ready to actually do our show?
Yeah,
Do
let's do it. Let's do it.
Welcome to Delicious Discussions, episode 9 for I don't know what month it is. I'm Dave Moore.
It's May 25th, Holmes.
May 25th, 2023. I'm
Yes,
Dave Moore.
you got the year right. Congratulations,
Great.
Dave.
Confirm. Joining me is my main man, my man on the internet, Johnny _ Casino.
Dave, I have a question for you, and I have a question for anyone who's watching. And if you watch later, if you listen, you're not going to know, but feel free to weigh in. Tweet at me at Johnny _ Casino. Answer right now in the chat. So your music plays, so I dance, right? Because I just can't help it. Boogie in me when that happens. Sometimes I do like elbows in, and sometimes I do elbows out, and I'm trying to figure out which one's better.
Okay.
Like elbows in or elbows out. What's your preference, Dave?
This is mainly an auditory show, so I prefer elbows out because it's basically for the wonderful people who joined us live and me. It's entertainment.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I'm asking just your opinion.
I think elbows out is more wild, and I appreciate the wildness.
Awesome. I do feel why. Okay, Dave, for whatever reason, my computer keeps trying to like go to sleep while we're talking, and I don't understand why. So I gotta make sure I keep moving my mouse. Okay. So for all you listening out there and not actually watching, like I want you to tweet at me, elbows in, elbows out, which is the better dance without ever seeing it. I need to know.
Or tag him on Discord because I don't go on Twitter. You want to hear the events of Twitter this week before we taste something new?
Sure.
Our wonderful team member, Grouchy Surge, the fat man in Vegas, goes on Twitter this week and says at Hard Mountain Dew, okay, tagging at Hard Mountain Dew, it says, if you follow me back, I will review all the Hard Mountain Dew flavors for the Snack Network, all of them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I saw something about this.
Yes, and I get in there. I'm like, yeah, he'll do it. Right now, Hard Mountain Dew, if you're watching or listening right now to this wonderful program, you followed Grouchy, but you didn't follow us back.
Well, no, this is the problem, and I thought I saw that. I thought like it was specifically a Grouchy thing, which don't get me wrong, I love Grouchy, and that has its purpose, but like he needed to tweet that from the Snack Network Twitter, like
I love this. I'm on board for this. I love that this team is made up of people with different accounts and tagging stuff and whatever. But if you're Hard Mountain Dew, I don't think you understand the scope of what this means.
Yeah, but here's the problem: is if Hard Mountain Dew is out there, they are not going to know this show is happening right now because they're following Grouchy. So if Grouchy tweets, retweets, whatever that we're live, maybe Hard Mountain Dew will follow. But if not, they're not following you, so they have no idea.
I'm just gonna keep calling them out. We did a whole live stream like 2 weeks ago doing Hard Mountain Dew.
You did the do, Dave?
I did the do. I do the do. I do the do. You want to talk about do? I'm not going to talk about do. I don't have new do to try. What do you have to try?
Okay. Well, so I was worried about this because I went to Costco today. I was working from home. I needed to get out. It's been a long couple months. And I was like, you know what? I'm taking a relaxing day. I'm doing some work from home. I'm going to go to Costco because I'm going to be smoking some ribs soon. I wanted to see what their selection was. But I don't want to go to the actual grocery store. So I walked through like the boozy section. I'm like, what do they have? Like, they get a lot of these like big packs that cost a lot of money. And I'm like, and then I found it. I found a 4-pack of a beer. of a local brewery. And when I say local, I mean I could like throw a rock and possibly hit the building. Right.
This is a 4-pack at Costco?
Yeah, I know. Mind blown.
Honestly,
Mind blown.
yeah, yeah.
So I decided to get this. So I live in Lake Stevens, Washington, and there's a Lake Stevens brewery that I did not know existed, and I found out about it recently. And I want to go. I want to go and like sit there and maybe make new friends. I need to make new friends, right? I don't have very many local friends. I have a local girlfriend. She's amazing. She watches, but doesn't like ever chirp in the chat, but that's okay. She's probably not watching right now. She had to go run an errand. But anyway, I need to go to this place. I don't know anything about this brewery. I don't know if it's any good. It's the Lake Stevens Brewery. So from Lake Stevens Brewing Company, I have Regatta Guava Hefeweizen.
That sounds kind of good.
So here's the thing. We've had some really nice weekends. Like right now, it's probably like mid 70s and low 70s, something like that. I got my window open over here. It's sunny because we live north enough that the sun's up till dear Lord, who knows when. And it's warm. And so I wanted something something I could drink when it's warm. So a Hefeweizen's good for that. I don't know how much you know about Hefeweizens.
It's not too heavy. It's not too dark. It's
a light beer. It's easy to drink. And this
like
is guava.
All those German beers that we both tried were all Hefeweizen.
Oh, yes. Now, how do you feel about guava in general?
I like guava flavored things. It's not a go-to, but in a beer sounds kind of good.
In a Hefeweizen, I don't know if I'd want like a guava IPA, but if I'm taking a smell here.
I feel like a guava IPA would just be taken over by the IPA.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is guava is kind of a it's a low key flavor.
Yes, I can agree with that.
But I do enjoy guava quite a bit. I do enjoy dry guava and like a nice tropical trail mix. So I'm pouring it right now. My screen has gone black again. It's weird because this never happens before, but okay.
They changed this whole entire studio. It's Streamlabs Studio instead of Melon. So I don't know what happened.
I don't know either, but I'm not able to smell a whole lot. But let's taste this real quick.
Okay, I'm ready.
I got mostly head.
That's because you pour it straight down the middle.
Okay, so the guava is not a real strong flavor. It's kind of just generally a weak flavor beer, which is fine. It's actually kind of what it's going for because I'm hoping sometime next few days I'll be outside a bit. I'll be doing some things, which we're going to talk about here shortly. Some of the outdoor food type things that I've had going on and have coming up. And this seems like a great beer for that. Get it cold, pour it in a glass, sit outside in the sun, drink this. I think it's a win. No one else is going to be able to find it because I guarantee you Lake Stevens Brewing Company does not export to outside of the, 10-mile radius that is here.
Yet it's in Costco. So
the Costco in Lake Stevens.
All right. So I've got something that's not local. It's brand new. I had it in the fountain drink machine and was not a very big fan. I found it at 7-Eleven in the middle of the night and went and tried it. And I thought, I'm curious what it tastes like in the bottle. So I picked up the 20-ounce bottle of the brand new Sprite Limonade Legacy, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. It is a strawberry limonade flavored Sprite.
Okay, so one, I'm actually quite excited for that flavor, but two, I'm trying to figure out celebrating 50 years of hip hop. Did hip hop start 50 years ago? I have this feeling it happened before then, or I can't imagine they were able to lock in a date for the start of hip hop.
I agree with you, although there may be a historical point in history that Coca-Cola and Sprite have decided that that's what marks the start of hip hop. I don't know the details. I'm just telling you what the bottle says.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, Dave. Also, Rachel, a raspberry Hefeweizen is probably absolutely delicious, but I would feel really weird ordering one at a bar.
I don't know why you would feel weird ordering that.
I one time bought a raspberry beer at a bar, and I'm pretty sure I paid with my man card. I don't know if I got it back.
I don't feel as if buying a raspberry beer makes you less of a man, John.
No, it didn't. It just cost me a man card.
Well,
I'm no longer a card carrying man.
I've got this. Okay, it's strawberry flavored in the fountain. It's not what I wanted it to be. So here we go. Cheers. That is way better balanced. You definitely get the lime because it's a limonade.
I love that because it is, and I don't know if this is why you do it, but like the fact that this is mostly audio, like most people listen to this,
Mhm.
not watch this, that like you make all the mouth sounds
Yeah,
that like
they're essential.
make it
Yeah.
that make it audio worthy.
I think it's okay. I think it does get the strawberry flavor across. I think a lot of people have loved it a lot more than I do. I got a similar drink, but it's not the legacy out of the Coke Freestyle machine today at Five Guys. It was pretty good too, but it's just not quite amazing, nor does it become my new favorite.
Okay, do you like cherry limeades from Sonic?
I've had one cherry limeade from Sonic in my entire life because Sonic is not a place I go regularly.
Okay, well, you're messing up there if you're going to fast food,
I,
not going to Sonic, and you have one readily available. I don't have them around here
by
easily
readily
to get
available,
to.
you mean 20 minutes completely out of the way.
Yeah,
All
that's a problem. Okay,
all of
so what did you think of the one that you had?
I think it's good. I also like cherry limeade flavored things. There's the Ghost energy
Now,
drink specifically. So
compare
I
these two. Now, granted, this is strawberry, but it's effectively a strawberry limeade, right?
and that's effectively what it is. It's a Sprite mixed with limeades mixed with strawberry, and I think you're getting to the core of this problem is I don't love the strawberry. Like I don't think it's
Ah,
as perfect as the cherry or as perfect as grape would pair for this or any of the other flavors. And I think strawberry for some reason belongs in strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper and ice cream. But other than that, I don't know what strawberries belongs in a soda based kind of thing. Like I'm kind of like, nah, strawberry soda is kind of not it.
okay. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you my big non-food related question to see your thoughts on something. But before I do that, Dave, Rachel has made a comment here that she's been to Sonic twice and it was crap both times.
I I
Now,
agree
now
with
he,
I think the food is kind of trash.
okay, so I don't know if it's like a bad Sonic you went to or what you ordered or whatever. Now, I'm not going to here to say the Sonic is the greatest fast food place ever. It is better than a lot of other ones. Their burgers I always enjoy. Um, their tots because they have tots are good. I like their tots. Their cheddar peppers are um they're hit and miss, right? Like any place. Like sometimes you'll get one and they'll be spicy, and sometimes you'll get some and they'll be everything but spicy. But that's like Jack in the Box. It's going to be the same thing. Um, cherry limeades are on point. But here's the thing about Sonic, and I haven't been in a long time, so maybe they have changed this. But for a long time, they would build their burgers upside down. So in my mind, you have the bottom bun, and you
Yeah.
have like a condiment of some sort, maybe not, depending on what you're having on it. But if you have a condiment, you might have a condiment there, and then you have a patty, and then you have cheese, and then you have like the lettuce, tomatoes, onions, whatever is on top of this burger, and then you have the top bun.
I
For
agree
whatever,
with I agree with you, except I don't put condiments on the bottom bun.
okay, to each their own on that. I do, right?
I know people
I
do
I
that. I just don't do that.
I I I don't want I don't want the dryness between the meat and the bun. Like if you take that bite and your tongue hits that, you're like, I'm in a desert. This doesn't need to be so dry. Let's make it not dry. So
Right,
what does
just
that? A condiment.
put the condiment on the patty.
Yeah, but if
Also,
it's on the
the patty
bottom,
the patty should not be so dry that you go, "Oh, I'm in the desert." That's a bad patty.
okay, hold on a second. We are talking about cheap fast food places here. All right. Let's not start expecting too much from them. All right. We're
Listen,
not talking about going to Five Guys or
I had a burger
Smash
at Five Guys.
Burger.
I had a burger at Five Guys today, and it was so moist and delicious. And I don't think
Dude,
anybody. I'm going to stand by this. I don't think anybody's burgers, fast food burgers, compares to Five Guys. I don't care that it costs an extra $2. Everybody complaining about the price. That burger is so much better and superior.
Okay, hold on.
90% of fast food burger. Nope. I'm on a rant now, Johnny. I'm on a rant now, John.
I will give it to you. It is better than 90%, right? And I'm not going to say some of these other ones are better, but they're not worse. So like you go to like Smash Burger, or not Smash Burger because that's a little bit different, but you go like Freddy's or Culver's or something like that.
This is not a jab at other places. I love Culver's, especially that spicy chicken at Culver's.
But here's hold on. But here's my one problem with the burgers at Five Guys.
Oh man,
you have to eat them there.
Yeah.
If you take Five Guys and you take it somewhere else, by the time you get there, the bottom bun has become mush because yes, they're juicy, but they're also greasy as hell. And that bottom bun is just destroyed by the time you get to wherever you're going.
That's truth. Although it feels like you're complaining about the exact opposite thing that you complained about in the last segment.
No. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I wasn't complaining about this. When I mentioned the whole dry thing, I'm not complaining about that because I prefer to have even when I make burgers at home and the burgers I make at home are not dry, I still want a condiment on the bottom. Like I need some kind of a flavor moisture thing between the bun and the burger patty on the bottom.
That's fair. I can stand by and understand why you do it. I just don't do it that way.
So here's the whole point though, is in normal you have like so once again you have bottom patty, maybe a condiment, maybe not. The actual patty, cheese, maybe not, depending on you, depending on if you're an actual person or not, you have cheese, or if you're, I don't know, a communist and you don't have cheese. And then you have like whatever on top of the lettuce, tomato, pickles, whatever. For whatever reason, and like I said, I haven't been to Sonic in a while, but for a long time, if not still, they put all that stuff under the patty.
That's wrong.
Like the burger is built upside down, and I don't get it.
Although I think Five Guys kind of built my burger sort of that way.
No, Five Guys still puts everything on top of the patty. Like Sonic would do it where like the lettuce and tomato and all that. So the cheese would still be on top of the patty, but like all the other stuff is underneath. And it was always so weird, but it was still good.
It's not how you're supposed to make a burger.
I'm not arguing with you there. Apparently their hot dogs are decent too. I want to hear.
No, false. I can confirm that the hot dogs are not that good.
I've never had one. I think my son had one there.
Listen, when a Costco hot dog is vastly superior in about a million ways, I'm not going to argue about hot dogs.
Here's the thing, though. I cannot think of a fast. Okay, so there's only a few fast food places I can think of that have hot dogs. One of them is James Coney Island, which I haven't been to since I was a kid when I didn't eat hot dogs, and so it really turned me off. Okay. And the other is Wiener Schnitzel, which Wiener Schnitzel has actually, now they have different tiers of dogs. If you order the higher tier, it's actually a pretty good dog. And they have so many different options. And they have jalapeno poppers with chili on top. Like it is, you will regret every bite as you're saying how freaking amazing it is as you eat it.
I still think when a Costco hot dog is $1.50 and you get a drink with that, your hot dog has to be really good to even compare.
Dude, so today I went to Costco. I didn't get food while I was there. I came home and I made 2 Costco hot dogs for lunch today, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah. Listen. It's more about the fact that if that exists, every other hot dog gets much harshly judged. Much more.
No, that's true. Yeah. And I need to go to Wiener Schnitzel again and like order a hot dog from there, like the high end hot dog from there, and see like, and I need to get it basic enough that I can really taste the hot dog and not. So,
you can't, I don't know. You can't convince me if you're gonna start comparing it though. When we got like, I was gonna say Steak and Shake and something else, but like those hot dog, I was gonna say Sonic. those hot dogs are not even close or comparable to a Costco hot dog, and they're probably double the price.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's really not much comparison to the Costco hot dogs. The only difference is like, okay,
Yeah,
you know what my
but
one complaint is? You know what my big complaint is about Costco hot dogs right now?
I have 0, but please enlighten me.
So the Costco near me, the last time I went and actually had hot dogs there, I took my kids, and they didn't have like the chopped onions to put on top.
Everybody talks about these things like they're a thing. I've never done that.
So normally you have like the ketchup and mustard and little squeezy things, and you try to like run the dog under it as you go, right? To like make it work. And then they'd have like relish, which I'm not a relish fan, except for the only time I will ever eat relish is at a Costco on a Costco hot dog. And then they'd also have the chopped onions that you'd like spin the little thing and it would push them out. They don't have those anymore, and it
I
really takes
literally,
away.
I literally think I've never had relish.
I mean, okay,
I
do you
mean,
like pickles?
I do.
Do you like sweet pickles?
No.
So most relish is sweet relish
Yeah,
most of the time, and I'm not a sweet pickle fan. Like there are a couple sweet heat type pickles that I've realized I like, but for the most part, I am not a sweet pickle fan, and so for the most part, I don't like relish. But at Costco, I'll put it on my burger or on my hot dog.
I'm reading Rachel's comment. Sam's Club food is not Costco food.
Okay, yeah. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
It's just not the same.
Growing up, we went to Sam's Club, right?
Yeah.
Like my mom. I one time either her or my stepdad had a shirt or something like that. It's like, oh, I think it was my stepdad, and I don't know if he actually had the shirt or if she talked about getting it for him. That was like, if you're looking for my wife, go look at Walmart.
Okay.
Right? Like my mom like made a stop to go to like the biggest Walmart one time when they were in Oklahoma. Uh, Huge Walmart fan. So we had the Sam's Club membership, which I'm assuming we shared with some other family member. Uh, and effectively, same thing as Costco, right? Like conceptually, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wouldn't go there for a hot dog.
They're the same.
Now,
I'll go there for the exclusive snacks.
so were you with Rachel when she went and got a hot dog from Sam's Club?
Yes, we were both there.
Now, do you have a Sam's Club membership?
Yeah, for exclusive snacks.
Well, hold on a second. And a Costco membership?
No, that's my dad's.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So you have this Sam's Club. Did I go to Sam's with you?
Yeah, we did. We did go to Sam's, didn't we?
This is coming back. For some reason, I blocked it out and convinced myself it was Costco. So what is their food menu like?
It's the same as Costco, except they have pretzels. They have butter, cinnamon, and salt pretzels.
Oh, cinnamon pretzels are the bomb.
I should have gotten cinnamon. The butter. Okay, I'll tell you this story, and then we'll actually do the show. Apparently, first time we go to Sam's Club to try the food. Okay, I'm like, ooh, they have pretzels, and I just said, "Can I get a pretzel?" And they said, "Sure." And I said, "Cool." And they gave me a pretzel. This thing was hot and like it was like soaked in butter. Like it was the best, saltiest, buttery thing I've ever had in my entire life. Now I've gotten 2 pretzels from them since and thought, what happened with that first one? Because that first one was the best pretzel I've ever had in my entire life. These other 2 were like, they're fine. It's fine. It's not amazing. I gotta get cinnamon next time.
Oh, so
too. I forgot about the pretzels.
Yeah, so my daughter went to the mall last weekend. I think it was last weekend. And I go to pick her up, and she comes out, and she's got those like Auntie May pretzels or whatever, and they're like the small ones in the cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah,
I might have finished those things off. She accidentally left them. I was taking her back to her mom that day. She left them in my place. I heated them up, and oh god,
they're so good, dude. I love those.
Oh, they're so pretzel. What is it about pretzels? I have made a lot of different things. I have made all kinds of different things in my time. I've never made a pretzel, and I think I need to.
I would love to try to make a pretzel.
I would have a hard time spinning it.
I don't know exactly how you do that, but I'm gonna try.
I mean, I would probably just make pretzel bites. Let's be honest here. Like
The same way that I'm like, I don't make French fries because I just don't like cutting potatoes that way. I just make chips.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I don't make French fries. Yeah, yeah, the frozen ones. I make steak fries or potato wedges all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to Dave. I'm going to attempt to make something this weekend I've never made before.
All right. Pretzels.
No. And above that, I'm going to attempt to make it gluten free.
Oh, you're going another level.
Yeah. So I've not only have I never made this from scratch, I'm making it gluten free. And I found some recipes I think are good. I'm going strictly by the recipe, so I can blame it on that if it fails. I'm making biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure what reaction I was going to get out of you when I said those words.
I'm not sure what you want me to say. I'm fascinated how you're going to make it gluten free.
I mean, for the most part, you use gluten free flour, which I have a big thing of
Yeah.
because my amazing girlfriend has to be gluten free. So I keep that there for that reason. Have you ever had good biscuits and gravy? It's a southern thing, right? Like it 100% it's a southern thing.
I don't know. We have it up here. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not a crazy unique thing. It's not something it's not a go-to for me.
Okay. So one day, like we need to meet up in somewhere in the South, and we need to go on like a southern food journey and just record it all. We need
I
to
want to go to
have like
Texas. I want to go to Texas for food.
yeah, no, you need to come down so we can do Tex-Mex. So
Yeah.
I can take you to a couple like just legendary type barbecue places. We can head to East Texas and do some Cajun food. I can get
Texas,
you eating boudin. We can get you
Texas,
kolaches.
Texas style barbecue is my favorite kind of barbecue.
So okay, so speaking of that, last weekend I rolled my smoker out.
Oh, okay. Ready.
So my plan was to smoke a pork butt and do pulled pork. It turns out the pork butt I bought had a bone in it, which I'm not sure what difference that fully played, but the pork did not shred,
Oh,
but it was very tasty. And I've been
okay.
like eating leftovers all week. And then this weekend coming up, so Carrie's going to be here. We've been having some really nice weekends. So I'm going to pull the smoker out again. I'm going to do some Texas style baby back ribs.
Oh God.
I'm going to make jalapeno popper potato salad.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm probably going to make like a really easy coleslaw.
Listen, you had me at ribs. I don't. I'm here for the ribs.
So I went to Costco. I went to Costco. So I usually go once a week, once every other week, and I will buy my meat at Costco. So I buy
We buy
like
meat at
my
Costco as well. Yeah.
yeah, I buy my lean ground beef there in the tubes that I use for anything where I'm making ground beef. Right? Anything I'm chopping it up, making ground beef. I will buy chicken breasts. I will buy chicken thighs because I always have those in my freezer ready to go.
You literally sounded like what we buy. We don't buy the ground beef in the tube. We just buy it in the big, like the big, just big meat container.
Well, so I buy that too, right? So there's like the 80/20 that comes in like the 3 or 5 pound or 7 pound or what I think 7
Yeah.
pounds is what I bought last time. But like that's used for burgers and stuff like that. But I buy like the tubes of it that come in like 1 pound tubes that I use for if I'm making spaghetti or sloppy joe, something where you're just doing chopped ground beef, right?
Got it. Got it.
But today when I went, I bought the chicken. I also bought 3 slabs of baby back ribs because like they had like it's basically like it comes in a 3 thing. And I'm like, I don't know if this is cheaper than getting it at the other store, but these look good. I'm buying these.
It sure feels cheaper when I have to get 3 of them. Like,
Well, yeah, and my thought is I'm either going to cook up all 3 and just go to town, or I'll cook up 2 and like hold the other, and later in the week do the one, or hold the last one and like sometime when I freeze it and when I'm alone, I'll smoke up the last one.
yeah, we'll usually get 2 and we'll just go to town and we'll make the 2 and then we'll put the 3rd one. We'll just freeze it and then make it whenever.
It's hard. Okay, how many slabs of baby back ribs is the right amount? I always thought like, oh, everyone will eat half a slab or 3/4 of a slab. It's either never enough or I have way too much, and I never know how much to buy.
I want it. I can eat most of a slab. All right. I
Oh,
want
I
a
can down a slab.
I want a full slab for myself because I want like a couple left over for the next day. That's really the reality.
Okay, Dave.
Should,
We
should
have
we uh,
we
should we do
well,
something on this show?
yeah, but I have a question for you first. We've been talking about food a lot,
That's what this
right?
show is. It's called Delicious Discussions for a reason.
Yeah, but I have a life question for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
I was gonna open the show with this, but we got like off track onto food or on track. I don't know how to put it. Okay, do you buy clothes online?
I will.
Do you
I
buy clothes?
I have
Like,
more in the last few years. I've been more willing to do so.
okay, do you buy clothes online besides like shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, where you can be like, I need a large or I need a medium, something where you need an exact size, like jeans, shoes, hats that are fitted. Would you buy something like that online?
I will now. I wouldn't have said that a couple years ago. I have no problem with buying Amazon Basics exact size jeans anymore. Like I have no problem doing that. Although I did go buy some from Old Navy. This is weird. I don't know why we're talking about this, but I went and bought them at Old Navy, and those jeans are holding up significantly better. But I know my size,
So
right?
okay, so it's funny you bring up Old Navy because one of the big problems I have with Old Navy is that their individual pairs are not consistent. Like their QA is not the best.
It's
So,
not.
like, if
It's
I
not.
buy Old Navy, I need to go try it on because a 33 waist might fit like a 35 waist on 2 different pairs,
But
right?
it needs to be a specific fit.
It does, but
It needs to be boot cut or like
oh, yeah,
relaxed.
good luck finding boot cut at the store at Old Navy anymore, by the way.
That's what I buy, so hopefully that's not really a problem. I bought a bunch of, and by I, Rachel and I went and bought a bunch of pairs of jeans for me. And I have a bunch of like basically new jeans that if they're anything like my other jeans, they will hold up for way too damn long. I have jeans that I don't fit into anymore, but I could have worn them before COVID that were high school jeans. Okay.
Okay, so here's the deal: is I have 3 right now. I have 3 pairs of work jeans, and yeah, 3 does not seem like enough, but
Not for your job.
I well, I only go into work maybe 2 to 3 days a week, and I work from home the other days,
Yeah, but you've also
right?
told me, and this might have applied here more so, but you were good in like acid filled environments.
Yeah, that happens from time to time, and one of my pairs of jeans has been affected by that. But they are 3. They're Old Navy jeans that I've had for 11 years plus
Yeah,
probably at this point, right? And
right.
they've held up. They're falling apart finally. I'm having to buy new jeans, and I have to have for one of my locations, I have to have fire resistant clothing. So I have actually ordered online jeans
Fire
based
resistant jeans.
yeah, I mean it's stupid expensive, but like it's for work, so work pays for it.
Yeah,
It's a requirement. And it's either that or you wear like fire resistant coveralls over your clothing. And I don't know if you know this, it's getting warm these months, so I don't need to do that anymore. Um, but like I have this nervousness about like, are these jeans going to actually fit? Right?
uh,
Like the
you know,
brand I know.
you know your size, you know your thing. High fire back.
Yeah,
Uh, this is. I'm not as concerned as you are.
I just know that like there are some jeans. Okay, don't get me wrong. The brand I'm buying, I have a lot of faith in that they are very exact, but I've never bought jeans in that brand. And so if I buy them and they fit, I'll be like, okay, from now on, I just buy them online and I can just put it in the size and I know it's going to be good. I buy all my boots from this company. And the reason I do it is because I know that a 10.5D is always going to fit like a 10.5D from this company.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get the concern. Um, but I believe in you, John.
It's not me you need faith in.
It's them. I think
Yeah,
you'll be all right. I think I'm always a little bit more loosey goosey with that size. I'm willing to go up a size if I can, especially when you have like basically a drop down, right? Where you get to select the size. Like The length is always consistent for me. It's waists that are not always consistent, even in the numbers.
Yeah.
And the length is a bigger concern than it being, one size bigger than it needs to be, because I can just, put the belt on.
Yeah, and that's what it's kind of my thought is like, well, hopefully this is like slightly too big and then it'll be good. But it'll be here tomorrow. So I got my 2 shirts, my 2. So Ariat is the brand. It's the brand of boots I wear. There's very few brands that I would like promote getting nothing out of. Not that I get anything out of.
Wearing a Steam shirt.
Yeah, like yeah. But yeah, well, this just happens to be one of my nighttime shirts. But like I love Ariat. I've been wearing their boots for 10 years and they always fit amazing. So I bought like Ariat jeans, Ariat shirt in this thing. We will see. We will see. The shirts are fine. We'll see how the pants are.
Hi, John.
Hi, Dave. I'm gonna check this quick text from my son real quick.
Okay. Is it
I'll have
is it
to
about
ask-
is it about the crazy dogs?
No, what crazy dogs?
That's what I'm hearing that you're on your side.
I'm not hearing him at all. I mean, my window's open, but I'm not hearing dogs.
I heard dogs. I mean, it could have been screaming children for all I know.
Yeah. Well, you had to let me know. I'm not hearing it as well. My window is open because it's hot and I'm not air conditioning. So, Dave. So earlier today, or earlier in this conversation, you talked about going to Five Guys, right? Now, did it have one of those machines that you hit all the different buttons and choose all the different things?
You mean like a Coke freestyle machine that I talked
Is
about while we talked about?
is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
it's called the Coke freestyle machine, where you get to pick like any kind of soda you want, and then you can select a flavor, and then you can go beep, boop, and then you now have it.
Is that only Coke?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I mean,
okay,
I know they have Dr.
so
Pepper and stuff like that, but like, is that only a Coke branded thing?
it is a Coke branded thing 99.99999% of the time. There is a Pepsi freestyle machine. They don't call it that. Coke Freestyle is the name of like that is the brand. And there is a Pepsi one that was in Pizza Fire. It's the only place I've ever seen it. And you could get vanilla Mountain Dew. And like that is just weird. That's just a weird thing that exists, but it's not very common. Usually you're only going to see it as a Coke thing.
Crazy. Okay, I hate advertisements on websites. Okay, so here's the reason I asked you this. I knew you talked about that earlier, Dave. Dave,
Yeah.
I knew you talked about that, but it was going to be my transition. It was going to be my lead in to this next question. Now, what if you went to a place and you're like, well, I've got fries, or I've got chicken, or I've got something like that, and I would like to mix up my sauce in that same way.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this? Because I'm going to ruin it for you.
Have you tried it?
No, it doesn't exist yet. It was shown at the Snacks and Sweets Expo, which is basically E3 for snacks, John.
Okay, so first of all, there's an E3 for snacks.
Yeah, it's totally a thing. We're going eventually, I promise.
I will meet you there because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's when that happens, we'll go. We'll make that happen. We'll all go as a big team. It'll be great. But this concept machine, I don't know how real it is. It has been confirmed as a real thing that's coming. Are these? It's Heinz, right? It's a Heinz machine.
Yeah, it's a Heinz machine. So basically, the concept is let me read this, and then you can give your hatred that you have for everything towards it. So it says the concept is similar to a soda dispensers and will allow customers to select from a range of bases, including Heinz ketchup, ranch, 57 sauce, and barbecue sauce, and then personalize it with flavors like jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, and mango. I'm just imagining some of the things you could do with ranch. I'm not a big steak sauce fan for steak, but I'm not against Heinz 57, to be honest with you. Heinz barbecue sauce, I'm sorry, that's garbage. That's garbage barbecue sauce. But their ketchup is pretty good.
I've never had either one of those things, Heinz 57 or the
Heinz 57 is just like the world's most generic steak sauce, but it's not bad. I'm not a steak sauce person.
I consider A1 the most generic steak sauce, and I think
it's the same thing.
If you see me putting A1 on a steak, that's a bad steak. That's
yeah. This is the problem. But like I grew up in a house where it's like all steaks are well done. And I did not realize that that's not right until I was an adult.
Okay, yeah.
So I used to use A1, Heinz 57, something like that.
Well,
So okay, so you're bursting my bubble because it's not real yet?
I mean, it's coming. It's probably sooner than ever. I'll burst your bubble. Here's the realization that sets in very quickly after you think about it for a minute. Tell me, John, that not every time you get something out of those nozzles, they will not be contaminated with ever the person before you got
So
their sauce.
here's my hope. Here's my hope is that everything is going to have a separate nozzle, and it's going to like okay, so you decide you want ketchup with jalapeno and honey. I don't know.
Yeah.
Each of those things you have a separate nozzle and squirt it into a thing, and it has to mix it. If it doesn't mix it, it's no good, right? And then from there, it'll go into the next thing, and then either like it'll be mixing it in the container that you get it out of, or it will mix it and then clean it. It
It,
has to have
it
something. It has to have something that keeps it separate, so it's not the flavor of the person before.
it needs it needs to either be self-cleaning. This is the only way. It either needs to self-clean itself or be very separated. And I think if you start adding multiple variations, you're right. It can't mix the buffalo in with the barbecue sauce, right? I can't get my buffalo barbecue sauce unless those are two separate nozzles.
So Rachel is saying it squirts into a little spinning cup. As long as like it's squirting into that, the cup spins, therefore it mixes, and then the cup is what you're handed. Then that takes care of all your concerns.
Yeah, I hate ketchup. I despise ketchup. So if I go to get my buffalo sauce out of this machine and it tastes like ketchup, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm
Okay, if
completely
you
out.
hate ketchup, then just stay away from a Heinz machine because that's like the best product they have. Let's be honest here.
Well, you can feel that way, and I can sit here and go, nah. This is not the amazing thing that the Coke Freestyle machine is.
Well, not yet because they don't have vanilla ketchup, but one day they might.
You want vanilla ketchup, John?
No, no, it was a dumb joke.
You want vanilla ranch?
Oh, nah, probably not.
I kind of
But
want
what?
vanilla
But what?
buffalo, though. I kind of do want vanilla buffalo. I kind of want to see what that is.
Yeah, but no. Here's the thing: is this makes it sound like buffalo would be a thing added to one of the other things. So the big question is like, how many bases are there? Right. So like these big
Sounds like
Coke
there's only
machines,
4. There's only 4 bases. It's 57, barbecue, uh, ketchup,
ketchup
and
and
mayo.
ranch.
Ranch. It's ranch.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay. But like, is that going to be it?
I,
Because then if you're looking for your
from the
buffalo sauce, then you're not going to go get it from there, right?
from
Like
the
that's
video
pointless for you.
from the video I saw, that's it. That's it. That's how it works. There's 4
So
bases.
what else does Heinz make as like a base sauce?
Those are their base. Those are the only things they make mayo chup. You can buy mayo chup.
Which I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd rather mix it myself to make it how I want it, but good idea.
They sell that in stores. They sell a buffalo ranch now in stores. They have a mustard, right? They have mustard. That's not in the machine. Not a single version of the concept video or in this article do they mention mustard.
Okay, so this machine is okay. Look, I have hope that this
Uh-huh.
machine could be something good eventually. But who knows? Who knows
Yeah,
what it's gonna be, how long it's gonna take.
but I feel like if the first jump if off the get-go, the first one isn't good, it never takes off.
Oh, I mean, you
You
could
see
be
what
right, but I have been to the grocery store and seen some of these like weird mixes and seen
yeah,
some mixes that are like from known retailers.
that's
Like
not
like
that's not a multi-million dollar machine that got put in a restaurant that no one goes to anymore because they hate the freestyle sauce machine. You
I
see what I'm
mean,
saying?
I don't know. I don't know what the outcome of this is gonna be,
You
but
put it
I
in
will
you imagine they put one of these in Chick-fil-A, okay? And
no,
now
no,
no,
hold on a second.
listen,
So first of all, this is
listen.
a bad example. This is a bad example because if you go to Chick-fil-A, you're looking for like the Chick-fil-A sauce. You're looking for the specific Chick-fil-A related things.
Right.
This needs to
Okay,
be
so
this needs to
it
be
goes
in like a no, hold on. This needs to be in like a Red Robins.
okay, listen, breathe, take a chill pill, Casino. Okay. Now, let's just imagine for a moment that they sign a contract with Chick-fil-A to put one of these in every single Chick-fil-A in the country. That also includes not only having the Heinz collection of sauces, but also the Chick-fil-A sauces also on top of that with customization options. Okay? Sounds kind of fun, right? But now they've gotten rid of all the Chick-fil-A packet sauces and all the things that people want in Chick-fil-A sauce. You have to get them out of these machines, and they're all contaminated.
Okay,
They
so first
all
of all, I don't think the contamination thing is going to be a thing. Like,
I
I honestly believe that they have thought this through enough that it's not going to be a thing. And if it is a thing, then that's on them and they deserve to fail. Secondly, Chick-fil-A, one of the worst examples you could possibly give.
no, I want to give you the
Like,
best example. This
no,
is
no, no,
really
no, no. This needs to be like, are you going to put it in a Five Guys where you have the fries and all that stuff, and who knows what you want to dip your fries
that's
in? Are
where
you going to
that's
put it in a Red Robin where you might want to dip your chicken in it or your fries or whatever? Now, granted, Red Robin's got some pretty bomb sauces, like their campfire sauce. That's good stuff.
listen. Five Guys is the perfect place for it, but they'll never put it in because they have too many Coke freestyle machines.
Why can't you have both? Like,
Where's,
I'm not
where's
saying they're
this
gonna put it both in, but like, why can't you
where's this giant machine gonna go?
move one chair,
All right, we'll see.
move one tiny table? I've been
Five
to a
Guys,
lot of Five Guys. The Five Guys, I have never been to a Five Guys where like every seat is taken. Now, don't get me wrong, they're busy. They have lots of stuff going on, but it's not that many people that sit inside where it's like, you know, or like you have, they could move one thing and just put the sauce in there.
it's where it
I'm
belongs.
not I'm not saying this is necessary. I'm not saying this is even worth it. I would love to experiment. Like, I love ranch. I would love to experiment with different types of ranch and not have to pay $1.50, $2 a tiny tub for it or whatever.
But this would also tell you if you wanted to buy those new
Yeah.
products. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how they sell you mayo chup.
Well, and it's also how they can do some research on like, oh, what should we
That's what
bottle?
that's what Coke does. That's exactly what Coke has used the freestyle machines for. They see what people are buying and what people are making out of the freestyle machines and go, "Oh, people make this all the time. That we could sell that."
All right. We've had our burgers. We've dipped them in jalapeno honey ranch.
Yep.
And now it's time for dessert. Dave, I need to talk to you about some ice cream flavors ask you what your thoughts are on some of these.
Yeah, I don't know how deep you know this. I don't know how much you know about Van Leeuwen.
I know absolutely nothing about Van Leeuwen.
Yeah, well, Van Leeuwen is the same company that in Walmart exclusive decided to sell us a Kraft macaroni and cheese ice cream.
Oh, I never did get to try that.
Followed it up with a pizza flavored ice cream. Followed that up with a Topatio hot chocolate ice cream. Along with now a Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream.
No, that sounds terrible. Look, I'm going to go through. I want to go through. So this is the summer 2023 flavors, which bought it at Walmart. I also have their website up because I think they have some interesting flavors. So why don't we go through? I want to go through this and tell me, does this sound good to you?
Okay, see, here's what they do. I'll
Okay.
tell you this. They put out like 6 flavors. Okay. One of them is always completely wrong, and the rest of them sound really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at what this thing says it's all. So the Arizona green tea with honeycomb.
Yep.
How's
That feels like the most sane, weird ass flavor they've ever made. Okay.
It's weird that green tea ice cream, I've had it before. It is actually good, and it does not sound like it should be.
This sounds fine. Listen, we are just coming off the Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream from them. Okay.
Yeah. You really can't go. You can't go more downhill from that.
Yeah, it really couldn't have gotten much worse.
Did you try it?
I did. It's horrendous.
Rachel, it sounds terrible.
Rachel's typing in chat right now. It's not that bad. It kind of tastes like vanilla ranch. It's not bad.
Okay. Banana cream pie with fudge swirls.
I've had their fudge swirls
Yeah.
in one of their ice creams, and it wasn't very good. So it sounds fine. It's gonna
How do you feel about sorry, how do you feel about banana cream pie in general?
banana cream pie is fine. I like bananas. I like banana stuff. Banana cream pie is not a favorite. I'd rather just have like banana bread.
Yeah, I agree. I am not a cream pie fan. What insert thing cream pie? Not a fan. Key lime pie ice cream.
I'm gonna slide right past that one.
Yeah, you
Uh,
better.
what was the next one?
Key lime pie.
From them because their ice cream tends to lean very creamy because they're French. Is it's good. It sounds really good.
So I like key lime pie flavor. I don't think I'm big on an actual key lime pie. Like I think it's something about the pie itself, like the texture of it or something. I'm not a huge fan, but key lime pie flavor, I'm down for.
I think this is actually going to be really good.
Okay, tiramisu.
No, thank you.
So I don't like tiramisu all that much because once again, it's not the flavor of it, it's like the components of it get to me. As a flavor, I bet tiramisu ice cream is delicious.
It's going to fall into the like it's weird but not that weird flavor category.
Yeah, no, I see. I think it'll be less weird than you think. I think it's gonna be more just like a hey, here's a cookie ice cream or a
Yeah,
brownie ice cream.
go try 15 Van Leeuwen ice creams, John, and come back to me and let me know how that goes.
Touche.
I assure you, if you had tried a series and wave of all these, including one that was planet Earth flavored, okay, I think you'd have a very different opinion.
I'm
Wait,
so sad that I missed this ice cream
wait,
tasting.
wait,
So sad.
Rachel's, if you're still in chat, can you confirm? Maybe you can actually on their website too. Was the Earth flavor green tea? Am I actually wrong about that? I think it was green tea.
I've had green tea ice cream before and it was good. I don't know what they're putting in there. How do you feel about kiwi burst? Kiwi flavored ice cream.
Oh,
How do you feel
no.
about kiwis?
I I I have mixed feelings on kiwis. I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't. This doesn't sound
I
good.
I would want to try this. I wouldn't
I'll
want to pay for it necessarily, but I would want to try it because I do enjoy kiwis.
I'll try it, but I'm not about to be like if I could pick between any of these, I'm not picking that one.
So here's the last one from this website before I go to their actual website because there's some I have to go through on there. Summer peach crisp.
That sounds like fire.
Yeah,
That's gonna be,
it sounds delicious.
that's actually gonna be great because it's gonna be creamy. It's gonna be peach. It's gonna have those little like cookie piece things in it. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Okay, how do you feel in general about a lemon poppy seed like muffin?
Fine. I'm down for a poppy seed muffin.
How would you feel about lemon poppy seed muffin ice cream?
Uh,
It
you know
sounds
what?
delicious.
You know what? I'm down. I'm for it. Listen, we're going. I'm coming off of ranch ice cream. Most of these are going to sound better.
Okay. Here's one that I find weird, and like, there's part of me that would love to like go to a creamery where I can just have them give me like that little like weird wooden spoon scoop of it, but it's buttermilk berry cornbread.
Ice cream
Yeah,
sounds kind of good.
it's but the cornbread part's with the part that throw me off.
Yeah, and you should be thrown off by that, but it's weird.
Ooh, black cherry chip sounds delicious.
Yeah, they sell it.
Malted milkshake and fries.
Where the hell do I get that one?
I don't know. I am just okay at this point. I'm just on their website. I'm trying to find out. Nothing makes us happier than this malted milkshake and fries ice cream. We got old school diner vibes and had a hankering for a milkshake and fries, or velvet and frog sticks. Okay. So 86 the rabbit food. Enjoy a scoop or seven of this bitchin' combo of Idaho potato French fries and malted ice cream. It is French fries in the ice cream.
I was gonna say there's little potato chunks in that ice cream. I
There
guarantee.
has to be. I can't really tell very well from the picture,
Yeah,
but
they're not gonna tell you that until you're eating it, and they're not kidding. It's gonna be little potato chunks.
what else? Marionberry. I don't even know what a Marionberry is.
I'm down for the malted milk balls. Like I'm down.
Honeycomb ice cream is going to be the bomb. I love honeycomb. If you're eating just honeycomb,
I have, but I can't remember. But I had, and Rachel once again here in the chat helping me with these Van Leeuwen things. What was that honeycomb chocolate bar that I just tried and shot a video for that was so good? And you're like, I hate honeycomb, and I was like, this is top tier candy bars, and it was like an import. It's like a crispy crunchy or something. It's a Cadbury. It's a Cadbury import with honeycomb in it. Oh my god! It's just
I love
milk
honeycomb.
chocolate around honeycomb. It was
I,
so good, John.
if
So
I could, if I could raise bees just for the pure purpose of like go out and pollinate because the world needs that, but also make me honeycomb that I can just pull off and take a munch of anytime I wanted to, I would do it. Like I would risk being stung on a daily basis for fresh honeycomb.
you follow that girl on TikTok, the lady that like goes and saves bees that like lost their hives, and she just like scoops like bees with her bare hands, basically.
I have seen stuff like that. I think it's insanity, to be honest.
It freaks
Did
me
you
out.
ever did you see Knives Out, the movie Knives Out?
I have not seen Knives Out.
So I started watching it. This was back as my world was falling apart in certain ways, and so I never finished it, and I don't know how it ended. And then now Glass Onion is
Yep.
the new Knives Out movie. It's supposed to be really good. I need to watch it, but there is a Glass Onion ice cream, and it's basically a mystery. Also, Rachel says we're talking about different honeycomb. What kind of honeycomb are you talking about?
I don't know.
Like, are you talking about the thing that bees make and it's just like straight from what the bees make? Or are
No,
you talking about the candy that's like
I'm talking about
compacted sugar?
I'm talking about the candy.
Okay, those are delicious too. Don't
I
get me
don't know if I've
wrong.
ever had the bee honeycomb.
Yeah, look, go to the mall. Find one of those like candy places that's only in a mall, or maybe that chocolate candy place y'all took me to would have it too. Um, go there and find chocolate covered honeycomb. It is
Oh god.
delicious. It,
God, if Mally's had it, we would die. That's the chocolate place we took you to. That would the world would collapse. That would be so good. You can't even.
yeah. So Rachel points out that I'm talking about gooey honeycomb from a beehive, and when I've had it, it's never been gooey. It's always been like it's been sat out for long enough that it kind of hardens, right? But it is very different than the honeycomb you're talking about, which I have had and I do like, but
Not
not
the
as
same
much as
thing.
like the hey natural. Here's a beehive. Let's break off some honeycomb and munch down.
We're very qualified to talk about this.
I mean, we are, but also glass onion ice cream. You don't know what it is.
We have one more news story.
Okay, what's that?
I don't know. Didn't you get it? It was sent to you.
Oh, I mean, I have something about the sweet and snack exhibition.
Oh, that's the E3 for snacks.
Yeah, I don't think there was a third one.
Okay, that's okay. Oh, they're moving it. It's gonna be in Vegas and somewhere else. They're moving the snack expo,
Mm,
sweets and
yeah.
snacks expo. Yeah,
Mhm,
we weren't
mhm.
cool enough to be invited yet.
I mean, I got my invite, but I had to work that day, so I
Oh,
just had to
all
turn it
right.
down.
Yeah, all right, man.
Dave,
John,
we talked a lot about food.
you have to stall for the people for a moment.
People, I need to give you a message. And this is about all the candidates out there for the mayor of B Town. You have
I was
bees on
like,
the
I
left,
gotta
you have
hurry.
bees on the right. But some of those bees need to work together. They need to fly across that aisle,
I run out of time.
shake little bee hands, and make me honeycomb.
Yes. Joining us in here at the last minute. Jim Young. John, that was
Yeah.
delicious discussions. You have a good time?
I did.
I did. I did too. I did. Our wonderful live chat, including Jim Young, Rachel, and Firebite, hanging out with us. We appreciate all of you. We're getting back on track with this podcast show, whatever we're calling this. Back on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever it is. Hi, Jim. And there we go. I'm cleared
Oh, dear
out.
Lord.
Sprite, lemonade, and some math from me, dog. I'm gonna play a song, John. Which one should I play? Which one? I could play a lot here.
Number 7. Play number 7. I'm requesting number 7, please.
We're here to taste some food. We're here to boost your mood. Life is delicious on the Snack Network.
I went elbows out.
Should I take us off the air? That's it. We're going out of here, guys. Take Dave. Take me out of here.
I don't even know what's happening.
That is an old ass reference. I used to play that in Shelled and Forgotten. Before we go off the air now, I have to explain this one. When I was in college, we were probably about to produce this show. I had to produce a show for a guy who called himself T-Boss. Okay. Now, T-Boss stood for Taking Back the Street Strategically. Okay. Don't question. Don't think about it any deeper. That's it. That's what it was. All right. T-Boss was a man who had two voices that overlapped each other at the exact same time while he spoke. Did I lose John? I lost John. Johnny Casino left. Well, he had two voices, and when we would finish recording, he would say, Dave, take me out of here. And that's how that would end. All right. And so, Dave, that's me. Take me out of here.